Hi, good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining in for this webinar on Esri India Managed Cloud Services, Empower Your Spatial Data Infrastructure. Today, we have a couple of speakers with us, Avantika Sharma, who manages the business part of things at Esri India, and Vedika Biswas. She is from the EIC Managed Services team. Before we start off the webinar, just a few hygiene points I wanted to cover. We will be sending a recording of this webinar over the email. During the course of the session, we will keep the Q&A section and chat section active for you to drop your questions. If you do have any questions, we'll take them up towards the end of the session. Where we can, we will answer the question in the chat or the Q&A section itself. So please do keep your questions with you, and we will take them up towards the end of the session. We'll just wait for a moment. We do have people still coming in. Along with Avantika and Vedika, we have a few more members of the managed services team. You might see Satya, Nitin, Smita on your screen. So we have the entire team here. So it's a great opportunity for you to put down your questions. We will also have the opportunity of you to have a one-to-one discussion post this session. So towards the end of the webinar, keep an eye out for a link in the chat section. It's a simple form that you can fill out and book a one-to-one meeting with us. So do make sure that you stick around till the end of the session. We'd love to take your questions and also have a follow-up conversation post the webinar. I think we have a healthy number coming in now. So I'd pass it on to Avantika to take you through what we have lined up for the session. Avantika, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Dhanraj. Good morning, everyone. Thank you all for joining today's webinar. My name is Avantika Sharma. I handle cloud and managed services business at Esri India. As Dhanraj mentioned, today's session will focus on Esri India Cloud Managed Services and how it can help you. Let me give you a brief introduction to our organization. Esri is a global leader in geospatial domain. Founded in 1969 in Redland, California. Today, we have presence in over 130 countries worldwide. In India, we began our journey in 1996 with our headquarters in Noida and several zonal and regional branches across the country. We proudly serve over 6,500 plus customers across multiple industry verticals. Our technology and solutions are widely adopted by central government and state government departments, including forestry, urban development, utilities, water resources, Survey of India, GSI, and NETMO. We also have played key role in mission critical projects like Smart Cities, Amrut, Digital India, and Swachh Bharat Abhiyan, establishing ourselves as a trusted geospatial platform. Now, further ado, I would like to introduce our speaker, Ms. Vedika. She is from Cloud Managed Services Delivery Team. Over to you, Vedika.
Thanks, Avantika. A very good morning to everyone present here. I am Vedika Biswas, and today I'm delighted to welcome you in this webinar on Managed Cloud Services in Esri India. As she has said, the main agenda of today's webinar is a comprehensive understanding of what Esri India provides in Managed Cloud Services. In today's fast evolving digital landscape, organizations generate and analyze huge amounts of geospatial data. And for that, they have to maintain their IT infrastructure, security of their data, optimize their performances, and keep up with the GIS technologies. And all these together form a challenging factor for them. Now, this is where managed cloud services come into the play. We help the users with the IT management, security, and various other services, which we will be talking in the further slides. And all these help the businesses to focus more in their innovations and business and decision making, while leaving the complexities such as IT management, security, monitoring with the trusted professionals. In between this presentation, there will be few interactive elements such as polling sessions for you all to interact with. Thank you once again for joining in this webinar. And now, without any further ado, let us begin with the exploration of managed services. Now, as I said, what does Esri India provides in managed services? We help the users with the infrastructure management, where so that the users can control their software keys. We maintain the underlying VMs, networking software. Then with the application and data management, we help them with the deployment such as Esri's enterprise deployment. Then we also help them with the migration solution. Migration solution is moving from the one platform to another, like on-premises to the new cloud. We will be talking about the migration solution in the further slides. As a part of the security compliance, we are partnered with the CSPs, which is the cloud service providers, which are impaneled with the MIT. When we provide the cloud infrastructure to the users, we also provide them with the VAPT, which is vulnerability assessment and penetration testing. If the user faces any vulnerabilities, then we are there to solve that. We also provide them with the 24/7 monitoring and support. We use our Esri solution, which is the ArcGIS monitor. There are other cloud native technologies too for monitoring, such as PRTG, Azure Monitor, or the Amazon CloudWatch. Our SLAs are also as per the IT guidelines, and it is based on the business continuity, whose standard timing is 8 to 5, which is 8 hours a day and 5 days in a month. Now, Esri provides managed cloud services into two different types of combination. The first combination is Esri India Cloud Managed Services, where we provide the user with the cloud infrastructure as well as the managed services. We are also partnered with the APN, which is the AWS Partner Network, and the MPN, which is the Microsoft Partner Network. The second combination is the managed services as a sole bundle, which means when the users already have their own cloud, then they have to provide their console access of the cloud with our organizations, and then we can provide them with the managed services. Without the console access, we won't be able to provide them with the managed services. Now, we have been providing these managed services to various sectors, organizations in various regions, which includes globally as well. So let me introduce to the global map. So this is a global map where we show the managed services footprints, starting from North America to Europe to Saudi Arabia, as well as our India. We have been serving our managed services. Like in North America, we have been serving in various organizations such as the state government, transport management, utilities, economic development as well. In Europe, we have been serving our 24/7 managed services to the port management because of their business criticalities. Then in Saudi Arabia, also we have been serving with the utilities, and in our India, we have been serving in the state government development authority and the engineering and manufacturing sectors. So these are the places where globally we have served our managed services. Now let's come to what value do we offer in managed services. In our team, we have Esri certified as well as cloud certified professionals who will be helping you with the technology and the deployment. We also provide the users with the private and the public cloud. It is as per the user's requirements, whatever the users requires. We are flexible in deploying that infrastructure for them. The managed services provided to the users can also be customizable as per the requirements. We also help the users with the application level backup and retention as well. So these are the values which we offer in the Esri managed services. Now let's come to the components of managed services. Now, among the audience, there might be few users who are very much new to the ArcGIS Enterprise, while there are some users who are advanced users who have been using ArcGIS Enterprise since a very long time. So for both of them, we are presenting you with the managed services components. The one which is on the left-hand side shows you standard services, while the one which is on the right-hand side, the yellow highlighted ones, are the advanced services, which we can also consider as the add-ons, which means these add-ons can be chosen by the user as per their requirements. So starting from the standard services, we provide them with the help desk support. Like if the users requires any basic information or has any issues regarding their system, then they can raise an incident with the email ID provided to them by us. We provide with the 24/7 monitoring and reporting as well. Like as I mentioned, we have our Esri solution for monitoring purposes, and the reporting is as per the SLA based. We provide with the OS patching such as the Windows and Linux patching and the ArcGIS patching and the database patching as well. We take care of the VM backups, ArcGIS backups, and the data backups. We provide the user with the data management. Also, we take care of the software upgrades too. Now coming to the advanced services, as I said, these are the add-ons which can be chosen by the users as per their requirements. Over there, we provide the user with the architectural designing where we listen to the users' requirements and based on their budget analysis, we plan an architecture and design them as per their requirements and provide it to them. We provide with the performance tuning so that we optimize the system so that there is no downtime or latency. Our systems are capable of auto scaling in high environments as well as the high availability is also provided to them, which is license based. We also provide the users with the disaster recovery. Now let's take an assumption of what disaster recovery is. Now let's assume that your primary application is deployed in the primary data center, which is in the Mumbai region, and your standby application is in the Hyderabad region, which is running in the cold application. Now, due to any disaster, if the Mumbai region goes down, then the cold application which was running in the Hyderabad region will be made up based on the speculated timing as per the RTO and the RPO. Even if there is no disaster, then also every 6 months we perform an exercise and generate a report and show it to the users that as per the RTO and the RPO timing, their data is being copied to the Hyderabad region. And we also show them that it is also running vis-a-vis simultaneously in the Hyderabad region as well. So these are the various kinds of managed services components provided to all the users. Now let's come to the deployment scenarios provided by Esri. Now, in the audience, there might be few who are still in their on-premises, like they have to take many responsibilities such as taking care of their solution, software, infra configuration, then the infrastructure, your electricity, your air conditioning for maintaining your system. So there are so many responsibilities to be taken care of. To offload those responsibilities, we from Esri India are providing you with the infrastructure as a service, where we provide you with the cloud infrastructure where you don't have to take care of your infrastructure because we are there for that. But even after getting provided with the infrastructure, there are other responsibilities too, such as your solution, software, configuration, and many more. To offload those responsibilities as well, we are providing you with the managed services. Over there, starting from your software configuration, infrastructure, even the solution, which is partially taken care by the user and partially by us. All these are taken care by us so that you can focus on your decision making innovations in your business. And last but not the least, we have the ArcGIS Online, which we all know is a SaaS provider by Esri, where each and everything is completely taken control by the Esri community. You just have to log into your account and work on your GIS projects, while the rest is taken care by the Esri community. So this was the deployment scenarios provided by the Esri. Now I have been talking about the cloud infrastructure. So let us also look to the cloud providers with whom we have tie-ups with. We have been providing our customers with the cloud infrastructure in the past as well as in the present as well. So we are, as I mentioned earlier, that we are partnered with the APN and the MPN. So we also have tie-ups with the public cloud providers, which includes the Amazon Web Services, the Microsoft Azure, and the Google Cloud Platform. We also have an MOU with the government cloud, which is the Rental. And we also have another tie-up with the other cloud providers, which is the Oracle Cloud Interface. So these are all the cloud providers with whom we have tie-ups with. And now before moving forward, let's have a quick polling session for you all to participate.
I'll quickly read the question for everyone's benefit. What challenges are you currently facing with your IT infrastructure? You can pick more than one option: high maintenance costs, limited scalability, security issues, lack of expertise, downtime, and reliability issues.
I hope everybody's answered the poll because we're going to take down the poll very soon. And there's no one correct answer. You can choose multiple answers in this poll question.
Thank you for your time in the participation. Now let's move forward to the Esri India packages provided to you. Now, among the audience, there might be a few who are working in some heavy applications, such as they're using ArcGIS Pro for image analysis or 3D analysis. So for that, they require a proper GPU-enabled machine in their system. Now, some of you might not have the proper privilege of having a proper GPU-enabled machine in their system. So this package is for you. Over here, we provide the users with the cloud infrastructure where we also deploy the GPU-enabled machine in the cloud as well. Along with this, there are other extensions like other services where we provide them with the access to the extensions. The extension box is provided over here. From here, any of these 4 extensions you can choose. Along with this, you can also have easy updates. And this will be provided to you with a high availability of 98%. The cloud infrastructure provided to you is a part of the AWS or the Azure standard package. You can also get access to the Living Atlas of India, where you can get access to the India base maps and the data layers. You can also get access to the Indo ArcGIS content and the solutions too. Now, this ArcGIS Pro, you will be getting 1,000 GB of storage. And this ArcGIS Pro will be available to you for 2,000 hours of run in a year. So for that, we have maintained a stipulated timing, which is from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. from Monday to Friday. Now, a question arises that since this is the scheduled timing, now what if I want to work after 6 p.m. or in some other timing? Will I not get access to the ArcGIS Pro? Of course you can, because this scheduled timing can be customized as per the user's requirement. But one thing has to be made sure, whatever timing you choose, ArcGIS Pro will only be provided to you for 2,000 hours in a year. Now let's come to a special feature, which is AppStream. It is an AWS native product. AppStream, now before that, I would say ArcGIS Enterprise works in Windows and Linux, while ArcGIS Pro works only in Windows. Now, what about those who are working in some other operating system? So AppStream is there, it is for them. Like AppStream is an OS independent feature. So hence the ones who are using some other operating system can open ArcGIS Pro in the browser because AppStream connects the desktop with their browser. For example, the ones who are using Mac OS can open the AppStream in the Safari. The ones who are using Linux can open the AppStream in the Chrome or Mozilla. Hence, ArcGIS Pro will be available to you in the VM as well as in the AppStream, but it is for 2,000 hours in a year. Now, this was the package about ArcGIS Pro. Now, let's come to the ArcGIS Enterprise package. As I already mentioned, we have a partnership we have an MOU with the government cloud, which is a RELTIN. Over here, we provide you with a 3 architecture system, where the 4th machine, which is the ArcGIS Pro on-premise. With the name only, we can understand that the users who are already having ArcGIS Pro in their on-premises will have to take the responsibility of the maintenance and deployment, while we are there to provide them with the other 3 servers, where the first machine is having the ArcGIS web adapter and the portal for ArcGIS, the second machine having the ArcGIS server, and the third machine is having the ArcGIS data store and PostgreSQL database. Along with this, we have other services too, where we will be providing VPN credentials to the user so that there is a safe connection with their system and our organization. We will also provide the user with the public URL for portal for ArcGIS and ArcGIS server. We will also provide them with the free access to the Living Atlas of India so that they can connect to the map data layers and the data maps, and as well, they can also get access to the Indo-ArcGIS content and solutions too. And they will also get a periodical backup and restorations where the antivirus is also provided to them with no extra cost because this whole thing forms under a complete package. Now, this will be provided to them in 3 different plan options. 2 medium option, which is the 4-core based enterprise license, and 1 large option, which is the 8-core based license. In the 4-core based license, the user will be provided with 25 creators and 500 viewers, while the one which is the large plan, which is the 8-core based license, they will be provided with 50 creators and 1000 viewers. Now, this was the package provided by the RELTEL. Now, let's come to another package, which is provided by the public cloud providers. As I have mentioned, we also have tie-ups with the public cloud providers, which includes the AWS, Azure, GCP, and OCI. This package is similar to the previous one, but the difference is that this is a 4 architecture system where the ArcGIS Pro will also be deployed in the cloud itself by us. Another difference is that the last one was a 3 different plan option, but over here, it is a single core ArcGIS enterprise license based option where you will be getting access to 25 creators and 500 viewers. So this is the ones who are from the government organizations can purchase these products from the GEM portal, which is the government e-marketing portal, while the private organizations can contact us for the purchasing details. So these were all the Esri products provided to the users. Now let's come to the content and solution migration. Like in the very beginning, I have told you about the migration solutions that moving from one platform to another. So these are the 3 migration strategies, which is the rehost, refactor, and re-architect. So the users who are planning to move, want to upgrade their infrastructure, like moving from the on-premises to the cloud, this is for them. Like in rehosting, what we do is that we lift their servers from their on-premises and shift them to the new cloud. So with the name only, we can understand that it is lift and shift. Moving content is as is, like whatever application was already running in their on-premises, the same application will be running in the new cloud as well. The same source and target architecture means what if the user was having 3 servers in their on-premises, then those same 3 servers will be deployed in the new cloud as well. And it is as per the user that if they want it to be the same version of, or if they want it to be upgraded, it is as per the requirements. We are flexible in deploying whatever they require. Now let's come to refactor. There might be few users who want to use a cloud native technology. Like let's assume that a user is using the SQL server in their on-premises and now they want to use the RDS technology of the SQL server. So for them, it is a refactoring. Like over there, we provide with the networking changes. Like if a user is having a public net and now without the except the web adapter, they want to move everything to the private net. So for them, we will be providing with the networking changes. Even with the cross-platform upgrades, like upgrading their platform, like moving from on-premises to the new cloud or from an old cloud to the new cloud, these upgradations which we help the user with. Now let's come to the last strategy, which is the re-architect. Now let's assume there's a smaller medium organizations who who will be getting upgraded to a large organizations within a few months. So for them, they require a re-architecturing of their system. So what we do is we provide them with a cleanup and validation where we check the performance of the system and validate them and suggest them that if they really require a re-architecture or not. Then, as well as with the additional server roles and the architectural revisioning, it is based on the amount, like the organizational number of employees working in that organizations. We provide them in that basis. And also, if the organization requires a disaster recovery, then we are flexible in providing with them that also. So this was the whole concept of what migration solution is, like moving from one platform to another. Now, now let's come to the system monitoring. In the previous, I have also mentioned about that we provide with the 24/7 monitoring services. So we also use Esri solution and the other cloud native technologies, but this is the Esri solution, which is the ArcGIS monitor. This is the interface of how an ArcGIS monitor looks like. Over here, we can monitor all the configuration, resource utilization, usage trends like number of requests coming in, performance of the systems, then the license manager, infrastructure, database, network, hardware, and many more things can be monitored in this system. Even this is also the continuation, like these are the other interfaces where we can monitor the Linux and the Windows system. We can check the network in, network out, and the network speed test. We can check the statistical reports of the database. Then we can also check the storage, like how much storage is left, or how much storage is out. So these things like how much storage is left or how much storage is left, these things can be checked. Even the backups, if the backups are really happening or if the backups are a failure, all these monitoring can be checked in the system. All these monitoring are converted into monthly reports and then provided to the user. So this was a whole concept of how a system monitoring looks like. Now moving forward, let's have another polling time for you all.
We actually have 3 questions in the polls. So would like for all of you to give your inputs. This is very good information for us to have a very constructive discussion with you and see how we can help out in your challenges. So we'll try and keep the polls up for as long as we can so that you get the time to submit your responses.
So we are closing the poll now. Thank you for your participation in another polling time. Now, let's move to the change management workflow. Now, what is change management workflow in Esri India? Esri maintains a CAP process which includes the stakeholders from Esri India as well as the customer side. Over there, we introduce the changes in the infrastructure, patching, and many other changes which all comes under the CAP process. Like, let's take an assumption that a developer team wants to deploy an application. So they will be testing it in their dev environment. Now they will also, after testing it, they will be asking for the approval from the production environment. Over there, Esri India as well as the customer side will be assessing it, and then after the approval, the deployment will finally be done in the production environment. There's a whole process in the change management workflow. Like Esri provides a change request to the user, who in their non-business timings, based on the preconditions, approves the change request and then sends it back to Esri. Based on that change request, based on their consent and concurrence, we provide the changes which are of various types, like based on the frequency. It can be monthly, quarterly, and yearly. In monthly, we provide with the OS patching changes. The RGS patches also comes monthly or quarterly. Even the users who are under the AMC will be provided with the yearly upgrades. Then we also provide them with the other changes, like based on the impacts. It can be low impact changes. Like in the low impact changes, we provide the users with the ArcGIS server changes or the Windows server changes. Then in the high impact changes includes the changes in the ArcGIS or the changes in the infrastructure. So there's a whole lot of CAP process which follows in the change management workflow, which Esri India follows. Now, after this, let's come to the cloud benefits. Throughout the session, I hope you got a gist about what are the benefits of moving to a cloud from your on-premises. Like there are so many benefits. First of all, you will be moving from the capex to the opex. Like when you're in the on-premises, you have to pay for your operational costs and many other costs, but that is not the case for your cloud. Over there, you have to pay only for those things which you use. Even if you're on your cloud, you will be getting access to the cloud from anywhere. You can also be getting the software upgrades to the latest version. It is of high scalability to you. You will also be having a very less likelihood of outage, like you will be provided with 98% of uptime. Then also your data is secured and private if you use cloud infrastructure. Then you will be also provided with the backup and recovery. You don't have to take care of on any of these responsibilities of maintaining your infrastructure and all. Also, if you move from your on-premises to the cloud, then there will be a 30% of your cost reduction if you move from on-premises to the cloud. This will benefit your business a lot. Like you will be cutting down your financial costs in your businesses and organization and focus more on your innovations and decision making. There are other benefits as well with the cloud. Now you will in the business also you will be having disaster recovery so that there is less chances of your data loss and latency and many more as well. So with this, now I hope you have understood like what are the benefits you will be getting in your organization if you move to the cloud from your on-premises. So many responsibilities will be taken off from your shoulder. So now with this, I would like to conclude my session. Thank you for your time and participation. I hope if there is any need or help for my services, we are there from the managed services in Esri India. Thank you for your time and participation and your patience. Now the question answer session is open for you all. Thank you. Over to you, Avantika.
Thank you. Thank you, Vedika. Thank you all for attending our webinar on Esri India Managed Cloud Services. As business continue their digital transformation journey, cloud and managed services play a key role in driving efficiency and innovation. If you are interested in exploring tailor-made solutions, our team is here to help you. And we are open for the Q&A session, so feel free to ask about cloud managed services. Thank you all.
Thank you, Vedika, Avantika, for hosting the session. Vedika, for a very insightful presentation. Thank you everyone for joining in and staying on. We have shared a link in the chat. If you can draw your attention to the chat section, you can book a one-to-one meeting with our experts. Should you have any questions or if you would like a demo of these services. Our team is available here. We'd love to get your questions right now, or if you would like to fill up the form and have a one-to-one discussion to see how Esri India Managed Cloud Services can benefit your organization and operations. We'll be very happy to schedule some time with you and see that you get maximum value out of these offerings that we bring to you. Looks like it's been a pretty good session, Vedika. We don't seem to have any questions. So I think it's been conveyed quite clearly. All right, there you go. Pooja has a question for us. What backup and disaster recovery options are available? It's a very pertinent question from Pooja. Vedika, would you want to take that, or anyone else on the panel, Nitin, Satya, who are joining us? The question is, what backup and disaster recovery options are available?
So I'm taking this question, Dhanraj. So it depends upon totally upon how or which cloud operator you are choosing. If I'm talking about AWS, then what generally we do is we take the VM backups and then we take ArcGIS enterprise backups, that is WebGISDR, into S3 buckets and the database, which may be Postgres or SQL Server. So we export the back files and we also store them into the S3 buckets. These S3 buckets, to manage the disaster recovery or the compliance requirement of not storing everything into one region, we generally keep a copy of the same into another region as well, like what Vedika explained about Mumbai and Hyderabad. So if your solution is deployed in Mumbai, then we generally keep an additional copy in Hyderabad as well, so as to maintain the business continuity. I hope that answers your question. I think Avantika, we need to share the email IDs for the participants. They want to know whom to contact for this one.
Yeah, Venkat, the email ID is on your screen on the bottom left. Info@esri.in comes to the relevant team, and we'll see to it that we get your queries addressed. That's one great way of reaching out to the team. Info@esri.in. I'll just pop it into the chat as well. We do have some more questions. By the way, hopefully Pooja got the answer to her question. Pooja, if you'd like a follow-up discussion, the link again is in the chat. We'd love to set up some time with you.
So, Basant, in the mining industry, basically it's where all the mining is happening. And if you have a field staff or uh, the security staffs who want to visit that place, so our field apps can be used with ArcGIS Enterprise, which is deployed on the cloud itself. So it is available to you at all point of time. You can do the change detections using combining our ArcGIS Pro solution and ArcGIS Enterprise solution. So raster analysis is inbuilt into the ArcGIS Enterprise, as well as you can perform it over ArcGIS Pro also, and you can post those changes or those subsets of data onto ArcGIS Enterprise so that it is visible to all your field staff and can be validated by them using the field operation apps. I hope that answers your question. Okay, so Mr. Vinay is asking, if a customer wants to change a cloud provider, what will be the charges to the customer? So, Vinayji, it total depends. First of all, what cloud provider they are choosing and what efforts it will take to migrate the database. Because if you are choosing what Vedika said, the simple lift and shift operations, then it won't be having not much efforts. But if you are asking for a re-architecting or trying to use cloud native services, then there will be some efforts. So it depends customer to customer, and we can discuss this one to one on that one. So Shivam, um, uh, as Dhanraj has already mentioned, you can write into info@esri.in, and maybe Avantika from our team, she can connect with you on this one.
Yes, we have a calling number as well on the screen. And again, I've shared a link in case you want to schedule a discussion with us. Nitin, we have a question from Ganesh.
Yes. I'm so Ganesh. Generally, as per the ISRI recommended practice, we generally do not deploy all the components onto one machine, because uh, it is recommended only for the development purposes, not for the production level purposes. For production, you have to have a multi-machine architecture. That is what is recommended. So, how many resources can edit? It totally depends upon the core you have bought. ArcGIS server, it comes with a 4-core solution. So, and portal comes with now with the updated license policy, you can get 25 users who can edit simultaneously onto it.
I hope that was helpful for Ganesh.
Shalini Singh, how many regions you are having your backups in case of failure at one location? So Shalini, we generally keep the data backups in at least one other seismic zones. So for example, in all the cloud perspective, whatever the regions have been identified by the CSPs, those are in different seismic zones. So if I'm talking about AWS, Mumbai is in one seismic zone, then Hyderabad is in another seismic zone. So we generally keep it in at least one another zone. How about drainage mapping? So Shivam, are you asking about how this solution can help you in drainage mapping? So Shivam, basically, I'm answering this to all the participants also, that these all are specific use cases which you are asking. So the cloud managed services can provide you the platform on which all these things, whatever you are asking, can be deployed and can be used, and without any interruptions, because it is fail safe kind of thing and you get 99% of the availability. Now, if you want the experts from Esri to help you out with the drainage mapping, then we have a different team which works with this one, Esri India Consulting Services. You can connect or you can drop your requirements onto the same mail, and we will convey the same to our that team as well, because they take care of the mapping and everything. But if you are creating these maps and you want to publish these maps onto ArcGIS Enterprise on cloud, then we are the one who can help you with that. Yeah. So Zubair has asked how do cloud service providers ensure compliance with the industry regulations. Zubair, all the CSPs, they have the compliance requirement fulfilled, like ISO 27001 or the personal PPI, the personal information protection. So all those things are being universally maintained by all the service providers to with whom we are working, because they all are mighty impaneled from Ministry of Electronics and Communication, and they have to thoroughly maintain those industry regulations, like if they want to renew into that. And in India, if you see all the customers who are asking for clouds, they are going for mighty impaneled cloud only. So that is being taken care from there. Uh, Venkata has asked, do you charge for customization of web apps or along with? So there are different kind of jumpstart packages which can be bundled with the cloud managed services. So although this is a different domain, which comes under again EIC, Esri India Consulting, but yes, it can be bundled with, and you can get the customization of web apps also as a part of managed cloud services. What model deployment services are available with Esri on cloud, as AWS having complete ML model available to work and deploy? Can you elaborate, Shalini, what you want to ask over here? In the meantime, I will take other questions.
Yeah.
What we need to take into account for choosing the cloud? So I assume that you want to buy your own cloud, then you can compare the costs. You can compare the cost of these the BOM or the bill of materials which you will be finalizing for that one. So you can compare that cost, and although the services across the cloud service platforms are same. So you want only the name changes are there, but they perform the same task. So it totally depends upon what the cost you end up with in identifying the bill of materials you want to finalize for your this project. If you are talking about Esri India, uh, uh, for choosing the cloud, then we can connect one to one and we'll give you options for the different clouds, and you have the choice that which one you want to choose. What are the most common security threats in the managed cloud services and how Esri can mitigate them? Okay, so Pooja, as you might have heard about the OWASP vulnerabilities. So generally, we provide our solution with the web application firewall. Then there are DDoS attacks also on the government side we have seen. So we provide uh, solutions such as Shield, which are DDoS protection, and we provide with them the firewall as well. So these are the most commonly used solution. Apart from that, all the machines which Esri India provide, it is bundled with antivirus. And we provide the users with a VAPT solution also. So whatever the vulnerabilities arises before the go live, so those are being tackled by Esri India itself. Okay. Okay. So Vikas, yes, we tackle all the data as per the mighty guidelines, and Esri India will never touch the data of a customer. This is a policy with which we have designed this solution, and the data will be the property of a customer, and it won't be there can be NDAs also for the same. However, we will be only responsible for taking the backups and restoring the backups in case of any issues arises in the database. But all the guidelines. So in most of the RFPs which we handle, or the customers which we handle, they also give us the same IT guidelines, and all the CSPs which are being enrolled, as I earlier said, also they are being maintaining the same guidelines for the customer data protection. So like AWS and Azure, they do not touch the customer data. Similarly, Esri India also do not touch the customer's data, and it is safe. Okay, then. Okay, yeah. So Shalini, you are asking with the machine learning, I believe, machine learning development and deployment. So that is again a specific use case. So we can provide the solution, and the rest can be deployed. You can this can be bundled again with the development team, and they can support you on this one. Is the cost dependent upon the number of map services in the database? And after migration, I know this. May I know the support duration? Okay. So no, the cost does not depend upon the map services and the database. Ultimately, everything whatever you are publishing onto the onto ArcGIS Enterprise, it is license dependent. You cannot have n number of services running on a 4-core license, right? So the support duration, it is totally dependent upon you. Our standard support is 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, 8 by 5. But if you have mission critical or requirement, or you have high business continuity requirement, then we are open for 24 by 7 support also. And this support duration can be defined as per the user. So there is no standard support duration which we have like fixed and it cannot be changed. So we are flexible with that. We can change it. Esri India has integrated any artificial intelligence into geospatial solution to enhance data inspection and analysis across various domains, including road infrastructure, building detention, tree counting, and property digitization. Ajay, this is more towards the ArcGIS Pro, and ArcGIS Pro comes with AI. We have a separate product called Geo AI, which can be bundled with ArcGIS Pro. And these, all the things which you are asking for, like road infrastructure, building detection, tree counting, this can be taken care. And we have standard models, machine learning and AI models already integrated into ArcGIS Pro, which you can directly use to extract the buildings, road infrastructure, and tree counts. Okay, so what is the criteria to choose between 4-core and 8-core? So, Abhita, basically, the main powering engine of this ArcGIS enterprise, whether it is on premises or it is cloud, it is ArcGIS server. The licensing is based upon ArcGIS server. So our standard comes with 4 core. So when ArcGIS enterprise runs the services, there are some what we call building blocks, which are Arc socks. So they defined how many services can be running. For example, if assume that you can run 200 services onto a 4 core machine, and if you want to publish 100 more, then you have to buy a new ArcGIS additional license of 4 core, so it will become 8 core. Then you will get the more processing power for doing or publishing those additional services. Otherwise, you will see a performance hit on the existing services as well. I hope that answers your question. Will be made available. Shalini, can you elaborate this question? I'm seeing few questions in the Q&A section also. Okay. It's not there.
There are no questions there. Let me see if there's a way we can unmute Shalini for a moment. See if that can be done.
And to add to Amita question, there are a lot of criteria which define the course, Amita, like number of users who will be concurrently doing this, how many of map services you will be using, how many of feature service you want to publish, or if you are going for an image server license, how many image services you will be publishing. So that all defines the core requirements of a license. So we have various kind of tools which are called as the capacity planners, through which we do this to define how many cores will be required for your requirements. Okay, Shalini has elaborated this. I wanted to know if we choose to go with Esri Cloud Manager, we will get ArcGIS Pro with it, or we made. Okay, so Shalini, if you are going with AWS and Azure bundle, like what Bedika showed, you will get ArcGIS Pro as a part of that one. So you will get a 4 machine architecture in which ArcGIS Pro will also be there. Cloud services support for big size of geotiff to the end users. Yes, it will be, but it won't be the standard deployments which Vedika showed you. It has to be customized because a lot of things need to be added. The solution which Vedika showed did not cover any image server solution with it. So the one which you are asking, GeoTiffs, which need to be shared. So we need to have an image server license as well for that one. And we need to optimize the delivery of these big size GeoTiffs. So we have to use content delivery networks in this one. But it can be done. It can be done. We can discuss this it one-to-one. I hope Shalini, you got your answer on this one. Thank you.
So we do have a few more minutes to take on a couple of more questions. So we will stick around. Meanwhile, the recording of this webinar will be available. You will get it in your inbox maybe in a few days' time. We'll try and keep this Q&A section as part of the recording so that I think it's been a fairly healthy exchange of views. Quite a few questions. I think I spoke too soon when I said no questions. I think that opened the door. So we'll stick around for another couple of minutes to take your questions. The link again to fill out the form and schedule a demo or a discussion is in the chat. I think the earlier link was not working, so thank you for pointing that out.
To all the participants, whatever the models Bevika showed in the presentations, they are also an option. But if you want some specific requirements, then we can tailor make those solutions also for you. Like I said, if image server is not part of there, but if you want specifically image server, it can be done. There are many ArcGIS server roles which can be bundled onto the cloud. So we are open for that. So anything can be customized as per your requirement. These are just what you call a head start solutions for the new users, but it may fulfill the needs of some advanced user as well. Okay, I see one more question is there. Is there any trial available for your service test to test the suitability of our on? So Mohit, are you saying that you want to see the suitability of moving your on-prem environment to cloud? That's what I'm understanding. Is it correct? Okay. So I think you can connect with Avantika on this one. You can drop a mail and she'll getting uh, connect with you regarding this.
I think we're good. I think we seem to have got all the questions out of the way for now. Our team is available at the other side of info@esri.in or the number that you see on your screen. We're available to answer your queries, to understand how your current setup is, and see how we can work together.